Sikuti actually is not even a Luya word.
Yes.
It's actually a corrupted word from it is good. So when the Luya, the people used to do this kind of a dance, then the white people would say it is good, and you know our brothers from the Luya community.
Just the same way, same word like turungi. Which we all have grown to believe that turungi is tea without milk. But in the meaning of turungi, the word turungi comes from true tea.
Oh, turungi is true tea, not even strung.
Yeah, it's true tea. True tea.
True tea.
Yeah.
Hello, my people, and as always, welcome back to the Overall Show. You know, when we meet and when we come to your screens, just good things happen. My name is Okoto Pondo, the host of Overall Show, and you know, we've been going around telling you different stories. One of the best stories that we did with a great friend of mine called Mr. Jagi Gakunju, and we talked about different things. We talked about animals, we talked about the Nairobi of 70s, and we had promised to get back to you with a very interesting story and just how different places have been named and how these names came to be. So today I'm joined by a very good friend. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Ukwaje?
Salam.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Nimekusikia sana. I've heard a lot about you. Mr. Jagi told me a lot about you. And finally I said I must have this session with you.
Correct.
Just to have a conversation with you, especially about the namings and just the story behind different namings. But just on brief, who am I talking to?
You are talking to Stephen Kisotu. I come from Maasai Mara, a place called Naikara, and I'm working for communities in an organization called Friends of Conservation Kenya. Currently the CEO, and we are running what we call community conservation programs.
Okay.
To support people to take care of their land, to take care of the wildlife, to look at everything, not just wildlife, not just, but everything within the land. The land itself, the wildlife, the cows, the agriculture, water, trees, because in this era that we are now seeing the challenges of climate change, which is no longer a story it used to be. Everybody and most of the people have come to realize that climate change is real.
Okay.
And climate change is here with us, and now we are mobilizing communities to be able to mitigate and adapt.
Okay.
And to do that, then we need to look at everything in totality.
Okay.
Not just wildlife, not just but everything within where a person lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Karibu sana, and it is very cold here where we are doing this today. We are just next to a fire here. We are doing this because it is very cold, but we have to do this anyway. So you are Maasai, and one thing that is very interesting, we've noticed that so many namings, the areas around Nairobi, the areas in Nairobi, the roads towards city center, I mean towards Nairobi, like on your way from Narok to Nairobi or Nakuru, so many of these names actually come from the Maasai community. And I think that's one of the stories that people really want to hear, as we promised you last time. So that's the discussion that we want to have here with you. Karibuni sana, and we hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, our audience is a very young audience and very fun people. They like interacting with stories. They want to hear more about people who were there before, people who have a lot of knowledge, or some knowledge that they need to get from us. Names like Nairobi, names like Nakuru, names like Naivasha, Kileleshwa, Rongai, Ngong, these are names that young people have been asking us exactly what do these names mean. Maybe we can start with Nairobi. What is Nairobi?
First of all, it is important to note that Kenya is a land of diversity, a land where many people live, many tribes, about 44 or somewhere around there. And but within the Maasai nation, the Maasais have named a lot of places in Kenya. It's good that we know that the Maasai people have been moving from one area to another since time immemorial, because their lifestyle is that of nomadic, to try to look for water, to look for grass for their livestock. And so when you look at Kenya, it's just a story, it's just one part of Africa where the Maasai people have been recorded to live. You could trace that story all the way to Egypt.
Okay.
And so many other people across Kenya might have also moved around Kenya, but the names of many places in Kenya came to be associated with the Maasai movement. One of them being Nairobi, and Nairobi is actually Karen Nairobi, which is cold water. That's what it means.
Or a place of cold water.
Cold water.
That's why we're told it's a place of cold water under the sun.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah, cold water. That is when mostly the weather itself is cold, but the name does not come from that fact of cold weather, but it's cold water.
Cold water.
Karen Nairobi.
Oh, okay.
Cold water.
Cold, cool?
Yeah, cold.
Cold water.
Yeah, cold water.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah.
So, you hear that about Nairobi. So, I want us now to move away from Nairobi and maybe just there are some specific names that people are very interested in, and I said I have to ask you those names,
yes,
even before we get deep to other places. But last time I was with Jackie, I don't know that everyone watching here knows a certain Luya dance called Isikuti. And what exactly Isikuti means. And Jackie was telling me Isikuti actually is not even a Luya word.
Yes.
It's actually a corrupted word from it is good. So when the Luya, the people used to do this kind of a dance, then the white people would say it is good, and you know our brothers from the Luya community.
Just the same way, same word like turungi. Which we all have grown to believe that turungi is tea without milk. But in the meaning of turungi, the word turungi comes from true tea.
Oh, turungi is true tea, not even strung.
Yeah, it's true tea. True tea.
True tea.
Yeah, true tea.
Turungi.
So
that must be coming from our Kikuyu brothers and sisters.
Maybe. Yeah, so it's just
sorry.
when we're speaking here, we're speaking to try to provoke within all of us that interest to try to catch up with our history, because it is fast moving out. And if we can engage our young people to understand some of these names, and from them they can still go back and look at those names. There could be other names that were there before.
Yeah.
And so it is important that we all work together, we create the interest of the young people, and more so to not just to sensitize them, but to sort of put in them that interest to explore, to think about their history, to think about these names. Yeah, because it is important that we don't lose touch
with our history, with our cultures and traditions.
Yeah.
Good. So I have specific names that people sent to me.
Yes.
When I told them that I'll be hosting you.
Yes.
That I'll be hosting someone who has some knowledge, and they're not a lot.
Yes.
But also challenging that maybe after this video you can go out and do research.
Yes.
And get more names. But we'll also keep on coming. Should you have any difficult names, do let us know. Let's start with Maimahio.
Yes.
What is Maimahio?
Maimahio, yes. It's a famous place. We have come to know Maimahio as a place where we have jam all the time. But the name Maimahio in Ma means a place that is difficult to go through. It's an escarpment where when you try to go through it is difficult.
Okay.
So Maimahio, it's not easy to pass through.
Oh,
that is what it means in Ma.
Nakuru?
Yeah, Nakuru is another interesting one. Nakuru is actually a place with bare ground that when it rains, grass don't seem to grow uniformly.
Okay.
So when we have rain coming, then grass grows, but it leaves patches of places bare. Yeah. So, but when it's not raining, you see spin dust coming from this area, and one of the reasons is could be Nakuru is a place with a lot of salt licks around the lake, and so and a lot of the places might have that bareness because of salt or something like that.
So what is the Maasai name for it?
So it is the true name for Nakuru is Nakuro.
Nakuro.
Yes.
Which has the meaning that
with
you
the
say.
meaning of patchy places or bare ground without grass.
Naivasha.
Naivasha. I don't know. You know Naivasha, it is the easiest word you can pronounce. But for Maasai, the Maasai named the Naivasha after the lake, which is water that moves about.
Okay.
So
which in Maasai is?
Sorry?
In Maasai.
And Naiposha.
And Naiposha.
And Naiposha is water, mass of water when it is, when we have waves in the sea. So water is moving different directions. So and Naiposha is something that moves and moves, or back and forth. And Naiposha.
Narok.
Oh, Narok. First of all, the name Narok, because when we pronounce it, Narok, but actually the word Narok is black.
Okay.
So Narok is named after the river Narok, which is Nkare Narok, black water.
Black water.
The river of the black water.
The river of the black water.
Yeah.
Nyahururu.
Oh. Nyahururu is Nairur. Nairur, place with trees that, because of wind, moves in different directions.
Pronounce that name that you said?
Nairur.
Nairur.
Yes, like if I do this, and I am moving forward and back.
Let me bring you again close to. There's this famous place, Olpejeta.
Olpejeta. It is that corruption, Olpejeta. Olpejeta. The real name of in Ma, and sometimes also taking into account that in Maasai have different dialects.
Okay.
So when you go to Samburu, it could be pronounced differently with the Laikipia Maasai, the Purko Maasai, Leta Maasai, and all other different dialects of the Ma people. They could pronounce same name differently.
Okay.
So, but Olpejeta comes from the word Olpejet. Olpejet is where you organize a meat eating camp.
Okay.
So Olpejet, Olpejet draws its name from roasting.
Okay.
So Olpejet is a place where you roast.
Okay.
So Olpejeta.
Okay.
Olpejeta then is a place that is commonly used for setting up those meat camps in plural, Olpejeta.
Okay.
But then it turns out now we are calling it Olpejeta. Olpejeta,
Is it a cool too?
Yeah.
It's a place of cool waters.
Yeah.
Situko sawa? Sawa. Haya sasa. Aberdares.
Yeah. So Aberdares National Park draws its name from a tree called Olteani. Oltean, a place with so many of the bamboo trees.
Bamboo trees.
Yes.
Okay.
Aberdare. And
so what is the original name? Aberdare.
The original name is a place with Iltean trees.
Oh.
Yeah, Iltean tree. Yeah.
Okay, so Lemuru.
Lemuru.
I've heard something like Ilmorog. Ilmorog.
So it's another tree called so some other places are named after trees. For example, Lemuru Ilmorog, which is a tree called Morogi. And then Gilgil is Olkigiri.
Okay.
All those are
actually someone had asked about that.
Yeah.
Gilgil. Yeah. So so many people know that root because of also Kikopey, which we'll be telling people later on what it means.
Yes.
But the meat place, the meat place,
Yeah.
Let's talk about what were Kileleshwa. What is Kileleshwa?
Kileleshwa comes from the name of a tree called Oleleshwa.
Oleleshwa.
Oleleshwa tree. But in my it's Oleleshwa.
Oleleshwa.
Yeah.
So do you think these trees were here in Kileleshwa, or how did
they must have been?
They must have been.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe they're still there.
Maybe
those small bushes still within Kileleshwa.
Yeah. But this is a tree for just a bit of more information. Oleleshwa is a tree that famously liked by the Maasai because it is scented. It is used as a napkin. So if you put it under the arms, then it will remove the adore.
Oh.
So it's a famous tree.
Okay.
And also it makes beds.
Unukia vizuri.
Yeah, it's also a local mattress used to make beds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lenana.
Lenana. Now
because we have a school called Lenana,
yeah.
we have a place called Lenana, but now you can tell these people Lenana. What does it mean?
Lenana come from the village where the Maasai chief Oleboni, spiritual leader, Lenana, come from. That's where his village used to be.
So, was this village in the current day Lenana? Where
yes,
the school,
exactly.
That area?
Exactly.
Okay, so
exactly.
Ngong.
Ngong.
You say I'm heading to Ngong Road, Ngong Town. What is Ngong?
Ngong come from the word Ngong. Ngong is I in Ma. But now
the human eye.
The human eye Ngong. But in respect to Ngong as an area, Ngong, a place with water sources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a place with water sources like the springs?
Yes.
Okay, so. Let's talk about Kajiado.
Kajiado is a name for Kajiado. Even actually, the name even up to today, the correct name for Kajiado is Kajiado, a long river.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kajiado comes from the word Kajiado, which means long river.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
What were Rongai? Rongai is also a Maasai name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rongai come from the name Ongata Rongai. Ongata is a plain.
Ongata Rongai.
Yeah.
Rongai.
So the where the town sits today, Rongai town, used to be a plain, an open plain, but narrow and long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ongata Nado. It's okay. It's like tall, but it's long. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kiserian?
Kiserian. Kiserian is a name associated with blessing. Blessed place.
So Kiserian is a blessed place.
Yeah.
Kiserian. I wonder if it's still a blessed place from what we know.
Seriani, the word is Serian. Serian is blessed. Blessed person, Serian, Naserian.
Okay.
Even many names, naming of people. A girl called Naserian is blessed. Oloserian, a man.
Okay.
Yeah. Place Naserian.
Okay.
Kiserian. Yeah.
So, as you leave Karen heading to Ngong, just in between there's a place happening into a bulbul.
Yes.
But we know it comes from a sign word into a mbulbul.
Mbulbul.
Yeah. What is that?
Bulbul, yeah, it means a place with marshy area with water in small it's a marshy place with water pools all over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kuna moja hapa ndakuja kushtua nayo watu baadaye, lakini Eldama Ravine.
Yeah.
Someone come from Eldama Ravine. What is Eldama Ravine?
Eldama. First of all, Eldama is twisted. It comes from the name Oldama, which is daylight.
Okay.
Day, night and day. So when you say Eldama Ravine is okay, I will explain that another day. Yeah.
Because I heard of something like a day of freshness or
yeah. So Oldama Ropil. Oldama Sidaini is a day with freshness. Yeah. Oldama Ropil.
Okay.
A day with freshness.
Okay.
Yeah.
A day of freshness.
Yeah.
Eldoret, the capital of Wasinigishu County. Eldoret.
Eldoret.
Some people say it's associated with the red soil. Some people say.
Yeah, but you know when the red dust. You know when cows move, and you see dust coming after when the cows are moving. So that dust comes out and it's red. So that's why Eldoret. No, Eldoret. So it is red soil or red dust.
Okay.
Yeah. The correct description is dust. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
with disturbed soil and coming out, so it is Eldoret. Yeah.
I read this is very interesting, especially when you just move around Nairobi, different places. You'll hear places like Oloitoktok Road,
Yes.
which is heading to Kileleshwa from the other side of, I mean from State House.
Yes.
Just drive through the Oloitoktok Road. You'll hear of
Sankale Road.
yes, like Sankale Road, and
Yeah.
sometimes you wonder.
Yeah.
But now, maybe tukimalizia now as we come to the end of this, and because we keep doing this again and again,
Yes.
there's a very famous place in Nairobi called Langata.
Yes.
What is Langata?
Langata come from the word Langata, and Langata is a place where you used to cross a river. Yeah, you know, sometimes when you go, when you approach a river, that river could be having banks that you cannot go through. But there are special sections that people make, or even animals use, cows or wild animals, to cross a river.
Okay.
So that place is called a Langata.
Okay.
So the word Langata came from that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe before we leave this one, because we'll keep on doing a lot of research and bringing you this kind of interesting sessions, just storytelling sessions. Maybe there's a certain Maasai child watching, or a friend to a Maasai.
Yeah.
Could you kindly just give us maybe some 3 Maasai names of people, maybe with their meanings? And I'll also do the same from my Luo community. Maybe any famous Luo Maasai names?
Okay. Just Maasai people, just like many other communities in Kenya and Africa, names their children after special events, after special happenings. They even name people after famous people. For example, even up to today, you find a name called Lenana. Lenana, named after the chief Olaiboni. Names for events like Lekake, for example, is a name of a boy born in the morning. Ledama, it's a name for a boy named during the day.
Ladama Olekian.
Yeah.
At least we know that person.
Yeah. Nashipai is a name of a girl born when it was a happy time, during happy time.
Oh, that is Nashipai.
Yeah.
Naserian?
Naserian is a name of a girl born as a blessing. No, blessed one. Blessed one. Naserian or Loserian.
Lemaron? I have a friend called Lemaron, and I know she's watching.
Lemaron is a name of another person.
Okay.
Maybe a famous person, and then that person is named after them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
like,
interesting.
for example, if your grandfather, you could be called after your grandfather. Not necessarily, because Maasais don't name after relatives necessarily, but if that relative was famous, then you could get a name in memory of that person.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they mostly events, naming after people, naming after places. Yeah, naming after special happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would really like one day even to sit down with some of our friends, maybe from
like
other
even
Nairobi
a child
groups,
could be born when then the mother did not really go through a lot of labor, so the child was born very quickly. For example, arrived very quickly.
Okay.
So that if she's a girl, then she's called Nasieku.
Okay.
Came very
quickly.
Nasieku. Yeah. And yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah. So let me also tell you maybe some of from our community.
Yeah.
And maybe you ever heard of someone like Akinyi?
Yes.
Yeah, Akinyi now, that is a girl born in the morning.
Yes.
Because Okinyi is in the morning.
Yes.
So when a girl is born in the morning, it's called Akinyi.
Yes.
When maybe someone is born in mid-morning,
yes,
that's now somebody we call Anyango and Onyango.
Yes.
Then we have someone born when it is really shining.
Yes.
That is now Chieng. Chieng is sun in Luo.
Yes.
So that's the person who becomes Ochieng or Achieng.
Yes.
Then immediately after that we have the evening.
Yes.
So that is in evening. So it comes from the word Diambo or Diambo or Adiambo.
Yes.
Adiambo for a girl, Odiambo for a boy.
Yes.
But then now we also have at night, a child born at night.
Yes.
So Otieno. Otieno. When you say Otieno, that now means at night.
Yes.
So Atieno for a girl.
Boy born at night.
Yes, Otieno for a boy.
Yes.
Atieno for a girl. But now let me show you the best one ever.
Yes.
If at any given point you ever meet someone in your life and this person tells you his or her name is, let's say it's a he tells you is Odongo.
Yes.
Immediately just ask where is Opio or Apio.
Yes.
Because Odongo and Adongo or Apio and Opio, these are twins.
Yes.
So Pio means first. So who came out first?
Yes.
Then Dongo, who came out last?
Yes.
So if it's a girl, it is a Dongo. If it's a boy, it is Odongo.
Yes.
And maybe just to note, in Luo, letter O and letter A are sacred.
Yes. Oh.
The moment O is put in any word,
Yes.
it becomes a noun. Any word.
Yes.
So for example, Luo's called Kijiko, Ojiko.
Yes.
Just putting O and it is already a noun in Luo.
Yeah.
Kitanda or Tanda.
Yes.
But now, even as we keep on with that, I mean, that is how, and it's just interesting just to learn how our cultures work.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and
Yeah.
wishing all the very best in everything that you are doing in Mara.
Yeah. We hope that our young people will also take after, can become more interested in studying our languages, what they mean, the names of people. It is important.
True.
Because we create stories for tomorrow, and stories that will promote our own cultures. We encourage all Kenyans to protect their cultures, because our culture is our identity. So, and to be able to protect our languages, we must not forget our culture. And to be able to do that, we need to learn about our history, and our young people can take that challenge to document that history. And that's why we take time to talk about this.
Okay.
And taking care of land, the land and the areas where we live is important. Now, we all know that we have this thing called climate change, which is impacting on all of us. It is impacting the way we live. We need to change so that we can adapt and mitigate.
I agree.
Yeah, climate change is affecting us, food security. It is bringing the changes that also bring diseases. It endangers our lives, especially when it rains. For example, if there is over flooding, then it means it is a danger to livelihoods. When it is too long dry periods, because climate change does not just mean the temperatures getting hot or cold or rain, or it means extreme changes.
Sure.
Those extreme changes impact us positively or negatively. And so we have been taking care of working with the Maasai people to protect wildlife, to protect land. We encourage young people to learn about the environment through conservation clubs. We educate them about the value of the environment, the value of wildlife, and then also the value of the land. And most of them now are working in different careers, and those related with wildlife, related with tourism, working in hotels, working as teachers, and some of them have taken up that challenge to plant trees in their own homes. They know now the sensitivity between the environment and people. If we take care of our environment, we will secure our livelihoods.
Okay.
And so that is a challenge that all of us must work together, the old and the young, women and men, the youth and the special interest groups like the disabled and all that.
Okay.
It is not about a certain type of people. It's all of us, and we must give power to everybody. We must build capacity of our girls. We must build capacity of our women, capacity of our men, the elders who hold the history. We must work closely with them so that we can learn from them.
Okay.
Yeah, even the physically challenged people within our society are very, their voices must be given that opportunity to expand so that they can make their contribution in securing a sustainable future for all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asante sana, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for creating your time to have a conversation with us.
Yeah.
I promise to come to Mara to do one very interesting story, Forest of the Lost Child.
Yes.
I'm really interested
Karibu.
I'm really interested to know what that is. I want to know which child disappeared in this forest.
Yeah.
And you're also just coming to see what friends of conservation are doing. Tutakuja huko tuone what is happening. How do you say goodbye in Kimasai? Olesere. How do you tell people that you're wishing them well in this in Mashujaa Day and wishing them a Merry Christmas, and then because now we are coming to the end of the year? How do you say that in Maasai?
First of all, to say Olesere is just bye. You work in Thai Eseriani. I wish you well. I wish you blessing. You work in Thai Eseriani.
Okay.
Olesere Eseriani. I work in Thai Eseriani for all of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We keep bringing you all these, and keep sharing, keep asking for more stories. We'll keep doing our best to bring you some of the best stories. And of course, as he has said, let's document our history. Let's not run away from what belongs to us. Feel proud to be who you are. You are black, you're beautiful, you are intelligent. Feel proud to speak your language. You should be proud of being a Kisii, being a Luo, being a Giriama, being a Maasai, being a Samburu, being a Kikuyu. That should be your pride. Asanteni sana. See you next time. Goodbye.
Asante.